Now let's talk about how to read or interpret some of the numbers. So now that you've inputted maybe a few meals, you may have inputted all your meals, you may have only inputted a few, doesn't matter. So now we're talking about inputting just starting with a few of the meals. What you're going to do is you're going to scroll down, see I've got just only a couple meals here. Skip past exercise. I will go ahead and say this now. Don't add in exercise. Don't add in water. Don't worry about any of that right now. But let's go down to where you see the little black tab says nutrition. Click on it. Now you're going to have primarily 3 tabs that will come up. You're going to see macros, nutrients, and calories. For this one, we're really paying attention to macros. Now, this is just showing me what I have totaled so far as of today. It's not, of course, a complete day, but at least it gives us an idea of where we're at. Do we need to kind of kick up the fat content a little bit? Looks like so, and start slowing down the carbohydrate content a little bit. Yes, maybe you should, but it kind of at least will give you a little bit of navigation on where to go and what decisions to make. Now that's the macro one. And of course you can track back on previous days, which I haven't done anything for the last couple of days. So you can track back on into the previous days. And if you're this type of person, you can actually plan ahead of what your meals could look like. So this gives you an idea if you're trying to plan ahead a little bit more. Hey, I'm going out to eat tomorrow. Then, you can kind of go in. I'm going to Outback Steakhouse tomorrow. I don't know what's around your area, but let's say if you're going there, at least you can play around with MyFitnessPal and kind of figure out what is a good option for you. So now that we kind of got to look at our macros, we can take a look at some nutrients as well. I like this option because it gives me just a better idea of just some of the finer points in time. Taking a look at my fiber content through here, let me know that, hey, I may need to kick up the fiber. My sugar content's great, fats-wise, so it kind of gives you a little bit more of a breakdown of where everything's at. Now, when you're getting into the vitamins and minerals, I don't pay so much attention to there because a lot of foods in MyFitnessPal do not have mostly updated sodium, potassium, vitamins, minerals of that nature. There are other apps out there that do have that. You'll be paying for them. So again, before you start paying for apps, let's make sure this is something you're going to use. But at least through here, it gives me a big idea of, hey, fiber and sugar, where am I at? Next, calories. Kind of gives you an average of where you are at for the day. Don't worry about total and net calories. It gives me where I'm at today, my goal. So it lets me play a little bit from that one. Also from here, let's go back to macros. You can take a look and select, where you see where it says today, and you can take a look and say, hey, what have I been averaging for the week? This is actually a great option. And this is the stuff that you want to take a look at, your own individual date range, day view, but this is going to give us an option of how to start reading and interpreting those numbers. Now, I will tell you this. Rarely will you ever have a perfect ratio. Rarely will you ever. I try to keep things within usually about 5%, guys, but rarely will you ever have a perfect ratio. Do not beat yourself up if you are a couple percent over or under in certain things. It's perfectly fine. What matters is consistency of tracking. That's what's going to matter, is consistency of tracking. This can be the first way to measure out to see how you're tracking, and just make sure you're doing it. And just really the best thing about this, guys, is I want you to use this. I'm going to exit out of here, as a way for you to open your eyes and realize what the health and macronutrient or calorie breakdown is of certain foods. That's what I want you to learn from this whole setup, is learn from here to start making better decisions. So through here, I'm kind of deleting a few things right now. I'm going to add my own food. So learn how to make some better decisions. Learning that, hey, you know what? I had a really crappy Starbucks breakfast. What could I do instead? And that's where some of the stuff of you measuring and playing around is really going to give you a lot of insight. Me making that one little change right through there, taking out that 3 servings of oatmeal and a scoop of protein, and then adding in the shake. You can see right here that it's already changed up a lot of my macros. It's brought my fat up, it's brought my protein and more in alignment, so it kind of brought my carbs way down. So this gives you an idea to how to make better alternatives. Where you're really going to see the success of this is when you take a look at this and you start making the changes and you try each day to make the best decision possible, and you track each day. Give it 30 days and you'll find out, you will discover that balance that works best for you.